Hey guys, what's happening? I am so excited and welcome to today's webinar. I'm going to be coaching my tail off here in just a matter of moments. So, two things real quick. Well, three actually. Please get a pen and notebook out. You're going to want your pens and notebooks to take some copious notes, say about passion, purpose, and impact. What are some things that you can do for your life, your business that is going to help you get to another level? I want to coach you to that today. I'll provide some opportunities at the end of the webinar. If you want to stick around, please do so. I would love that. Two housekeeping things. Number one, Montana retreats coming up November 13th. If you're listening to this recording at any time, I want to invite you to come to Montana with my team and I. We got a great venue plan. I'm going to announce here live on the call some really exciting news. So pay attention to that, but be in the room. Be in the room. Only always great things happens when you're in the room. So November 13th to the 16th, Whitefish, Montana. Just go check out at todddurkin.com. You'll see the link there. It'll take you to slash 2025 Montana Retreat. So todddurkin.com slash 2025 Montana Retreat. So that's one announcement. Without being said, I want to dive in and really get after today, coach you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. We've got some exciting things coming down the pike. Today, I want to teach about passion, purpose, and impact. I want to share with you some upcoming opportunities on the coaching front. If you would like to join my team and be part of some of the exciting things that we're about to announce on today's call, pay attention. I'd love for you to be in our network. So, with that being said, let's dive in right now. Here we go. And let's dive in. And please, any questions? And please, even if you're in the chat box right now, what city, state, country are you listening in from? We got a lot of great people coming on in here today. So if there's anyone that would like to share right now, city, state, country, please put that in there right now and let me know where you're listening in from, and we can share from there, right? So as you're doing here, y'all see my screen coming in. I'm pulling it up right now. Passion, a purpose, impact. Y'all see that? Lizzie, Jason, you good? Good. So passion, the purpose, to impact. Three words that I live by, and I'm sure you do as well. But how do you take your current career and go deeper? What are some things that you're doing now that you can go deeper? Maybe there's some pivots, maybe there's some changes, iterations. Heck, I've talked to a lot of you already before today's call about some of you are looking to make career pivots. Some of you have already made career pivots and changes and have transformed your lives in multiple ways. And that's what we talk about today. Before we go there, I do want to make sure that you know, regardless of your next steps is, man, I would love the opportunity. This is my one announcement I'm going to make for today's call. Y'all are invited November 13th to the 16th. If you want to come to Montana, please come to Montana. This is all of our community. You don't have to be in any coaching group, any program. You could listen to the podcast, or you could be on this right now. You're like, I don't even know, Todd, how the heck I got here, but I'm here. We have a retreat coming up in Montana in 2 months. It's Thursday from today. 2 months from today, we'll be in Whitefish, Montana, and it's going to be a great time. So be in the room. I always say be in the room, be in the room, be in the room. As far as what's going to happen that Thursday night, 2 months from tonight, as I record this live, 6:30 to 9 p.m. opening reception. We're going to meet all day Friday, all day Saturday. And if you want to hang out with me on Sunday, hang on Sunday as well. We have three guest speakers, and I've already announced them prior to this webinar, but I'm just going to tell you because we have some first timers on here. Besides some great speakers who will be doing breakout sessions, we have a gal named Riley Tejak, U.S. Marine, Fitness Female Marine of the Year 2 years ago. She's an Olympic bobsledder. She just wrote a book. She's an amazing woman. She's talking on faith to fortitude, or fear to fortitude, fortitude of going from fear and living in fortitude. I also got my man, Jeremy Foster, one of the top five speakers I've ever heard speak. He's coming as well, speaking about leadership. It doesn't matter what your occupation or your career is. We have people coming from all walks of life. And the third one, besides my wife Melanie will be in the room because we will be doing talk. Y'all are smiling, but is Melanie going to be there this year? Yes, she will. Guys, I'm going to tell you this first, and I'm going to make the announcement publicly here afterwards. Regardless of, again, your role within our ecosystem, is I got one of my best friends coming to speak in Montana as well. I've trained him for 12 years of his Major League Baseball career. He's now the president and the GM of the Texas Rangers. He has an extremely bright future. I don't know if that means someday as a baseball owner, someday as a commissioner. Who knows what's going to happen? But this man is a great man. He's all about culture. He's going to be a speaker at the Montana retreat. So we have an amazing whole docket ready for you. So just be in the room. All you got to do is sign up. That's all you got to do. Sign up. Early bird goes till September 30th at $799. This includes admission, 5 meals. Heck, the meals alone are worth that because there's some good hearty eating in Montana. Let me tell you that. Includes the VIP social, all activities up until September 30th. It's going up $200 after the 30th on that. And you can bring your spouse, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, a teammate, whoever you want for $599. Split the cost after you add it up. The theme is all about ignite your life. So that's my only announcement. Is anyone going to the retreat here that's on the call? Anyone going, planning on going to the retreat in Montana? Anyone? Anyone? We got a couple of you going. Good. So that being said, it's time to dive in to today and what we're going to be talking about on all aspects of passion, purpose, and impact, and what we're going to do. There's the link, by the way. Just go to mytydurkin.com and you'll see the link for 2025 Montana retreat. So as we dive in, thank you for the chat box. I have my team on here as well. So thank you for chatting it on up. If you have any questions on anything, just put it in the chat box and we can answer those questions up as well. So who is this for today? Like, why are we doing this webinar? Well, who this is for is coaches, trainers, fit pros looking to make additional income and deeper impact. Maybe you're a professional who's ready to transition from corporate America into a career that you absolutely love and you want to create even more impact. Maybe you're someone seeking more fulfillment in your life. You want more success, more significance, and more fulfillment because at the end of the day, that's what we all want. Maybe you're a growth-minded individual. We have any growth-minded individuals out there? Yeah, good. I see y'all. Or you're just looking to create more impact. And maybe you don't want any major changes, but you want to become a coach. Maybe you want to become a trainer. Maybe you want to become a Get Your Mind Right Mindset coach, or maybe you want to become an impact life coach. And at the end of today's program, when we're all done, if you stick around, I'll provide some opportunities for you to get into our ecosystem, possibly become a coach with us as well. So stick around at the end. I want to teach first and coach. I'm going to spend about 20, 25 minutes coaching you on how you can get better regardless of what you do, because this is what you're going to learn today. The number one skill to be a better coach, leader, or parent. Matter of fact, whatever you think it is right now in the chat box, if you're feeling chatty catty, just put that in the chat box. What you think the number one skill is as a coach. What is it? Put it in the chat box. You might get a special hoodie. I mean, a special prize if you get it right. We might take a winner, Julie. You never know. You never know. How to build a business around your purpose. How to become more purpose driven, right? Some tools. I want to teach on 3 tools specifically that you can use now, today, to help anyone get better in life. An opportunity and an invite to become part of my Impact Life Coaching program. We're not launching it yet, but it's coming up real soon. You'll have that opportunity. I heard something the other day that I want to share with y'all in my first teach of this. If you took one habit and skill today and you repeated that exact habit and skill today for 90 straight days, what would your life look like in 90 days from now? If you took a winning habit and you repeated it for 90 straight days, what would it look like? Think about that. If I went back to yesterday and I analyzed your habits, do you have at least one habit, if we replicated that for 90 straight days, would get us down a path to create more passion, purpose, or impact, more profit in your business? Maybe some of you are looking to earn more money. Maybe you want another 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, $20,000 a month. Maybe you want to create more impact and you like to measure it in, I'm hitting more 50 people or 100 more people a month. Think about every single day. What are you doing? What are you learning? How are you growing? And if we can do that for 90 straight days, 180 days, 365 days, where can your life go in less than a year? I believe that the future is bright, and that's what we're going to teach about today, some of the things you're going to learn. Man, it's good to see some of your faces, some new faces on here today, and I don't recognize some names that are just listening in, so thank you for being here. If I haven't met you, thank you for being here. I've been in this field of coaching and in the fitness industry space for 25 plus years, as a leader, as a coach, as someone who likes to transform lives, bodies, minds, and souls. That's what I do. I just wrote my sixth book called Coaching Greatness. I love keynote speaking and presenting. Many of you have probably listened to the podcast, The Impact Show. Some of you, I'd love to see it if you learned about this teaching today from the Impact Show podcast. And I launched my franchise, Impact X Performance, just a year ago. And we're at 6 locations. Now, Jason Williams, who's on the call, we're coming to Cary, North Carolina, baby. Let's go. Jason Williams on the call. He will have life coaching as well as faith. He'll have the faith, fitness, recovery, and life coaching as part of his fitness facility, Impact X Performance in Cary, North Carolina. So we can't wait to get down to North Carolina as well. And of course, our life coaching program here as the head coach. And I don't want to forget ever the number one reason why I do this. My family, as a husband, father, brother, and son, we have 3 kids. My wife and I have been married almost 25 years. Thank you very much. February 2026 will be 25 years. So, guys, I'm going to share a story later, but it has to do with I went to prison last week. I went to prison. Don't laugh. I actually did go to prison. I didn't get sentenced to prison. I actually served in the prison as a prison ministry. But I have a story about your story, because each of us have a story. And the stories that you share, and I share this on the podcast, it's a different story, but I'm going to share it at the end because regardless of where you come from in your story, I want to remind you of the power that's within each of you to go even deeper than where we're at now, wherever you're at, because in this journey of life, if there's ever a time that we need more great people serving our communities, now is it. So whether it's speaking, whether it's coaching, whether it's with an organization, my hope is that as our coaching tree evolves and grows, that you as a coach, as a parent, as a recreational coach, as a volunteer coach, as a paid coach, heck, as a professional coach. Heck, my gal Kelly Watson on the call right now as we're live. She's going to a Buffalo Bills game tonight because they're playing tonight. And my man Sean McDermott's the head football coach for the Buffalo Bills. Circle the wagon. And Sean and I played football together at William and Mary. He's a coach. And when you think about your divine purpose, what you're designed to do, for me, I am a coach. And I put down here a coach that's driven to change lives. And I want to help pour into you today. Teach, coach, motivate, inspire, empower others so that you can be the best version of yourself. So what's your divine uniqueness? What makes you special? Right? This is my coaching tree. Have you ever put a coaching tree together? This is only a sliver of it. But when you start thinking about the hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or even millions of people that you've impacted, what's your coaching tree look like? Who are you impacting and how are you impacting and how would you like to grow that? I know a guy like Jason down in North Carolina is going to all of a sudden, he's going to have 3, 4, 500 people he's hitting within 12 months from now. What does your coaching business look like? Or if you don't have a business, that's okay. I'll provide at the end of how you can start hitting 10, 20, 50, 100 or more people by what you do on an everyday basis with your coaching on that. So part of today's program in my coaching tree, 2 of my top coaches that I've worked with right here, Kelly Watson and Lizzie Merritt, I've worked very, very, very closely with Kelly and Lizzie, and I got their backgrounds up here as well. And you see Kelly she started as a part of my Todd Durkin Mastermind group, man, what was that, 18 years ago. And now she's the director of all of our coaching. She is the founder and co-owner of Scripter Publishing. So if you're looking to create a book, talk to Kelly Watson. She's created her own books. She's got her own podcast. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's an amazing person. I always say Kelly Watson is the finest coach I know in the country. Like, she is an amazing, amazing coach. And she's going to be doing some shares today as well, along with Lizzie Merritt. Lizzie and I have a lot in common besides our quest for greatness and all that we do. She's a William Mary alum, and we had the opportunity to meet several years ago, and now she directs our entire life coaching program. And if you've ever had the opportunity to meet with Lizzie and get coached by Lizzie, you're in for a real treat if you have not. She's also a professional weight loss coach. She's an author as well. She's a host of a podcast, and she's a wife and a mom also. Seeing a trend here. So Kelly and Lizzie, I want to welcome you to today's call. And in just a moment, you're going to have the opportunity to hear from both Kelly and Lizzie, and they're going to coach you as well on some of the things I want to coach you in today also. So I love our coaching tree is growing. It's evolving. Jess, I see you on today's call. Jess is spearheading some of our life coaching initiatives with Lizzie and some of the things that are currently we're on progress with in our own growth to help life coaches grow on that. Here's my promise. This webinar is about learning how to lead, influence, and earn, and helping others grow. And that's what we want to do today. Because when you look at coaching and what is coaching, remember this: coaching is helping someone move forward. It's not fixing them. Coaching is helping people move forward, not just fixing them. And what is it and what is it not? People, I think, sometimes have a skewed view of what coaching is and what it's not. Coaching is not this. It's not therapy. You ever feel like it's therapy? Anyone? Remember, coaches, you're not therapists. So even though sometimes we think we are, that's not by trade what we do. It's not just these things on the left, but what it really is how do you coach people from the inside out? Not the inside out versus the outside in. How to get in people's minds, how to care more, how to share more, how to believe in others more than they believe in themselves. The best coaches you ever probably work with do the same, inspiring people to be the best version of themselves and being a great listener as well. These are some of the things coaching is. Yes, many coaches can be a mentor and are teachers, no doubt about it. It's not just that, it's all of these things here. So what I want to share with you is this: the number one skill every great coach must master. The number one skill. Matter of fact, if you think you know, what is it? Put it in the chat box right now. And then Kelly, I'm going to call on you because the number one skill every great coach must master. Kelly Watson, you are the master of the mastery, like what this is. So when you think about this, I want to see the answers coming through in the chat box. But Kelly, if you can just take the baton here for a moment and share the number one skill every great coach must master.
Absolutely. And there are some great comments here on things that do make great coaches. So leading with passion, George, yes. Yamashita, showing up, yes. Relationship building, yes. Role modeling, Tammy, yes. All of those things are elements of being a great coach. But I honestly think that the number one skill that every great coach has to master is listening. Listening. And it seems so simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. Todd, if you hit the next on that, I'm going to actually walk you through 3 different types of listening. And I want to share some specifics about them because I think you guys will all understand and recognize these different types of listening. Each one is something we've all experienced. But there's one that is the most powerful skill, and we'll talk about it here in a minute. So let's talk about level 1. Level 1 listening is called internal listening. Internal listening is when you're listening with your own perspective in mind. We've all had this experience, and I was thinking about this as I was preparing, and I was thinking this actually happened to me about a couple of weeks ago. I was on a call with a person he is a lawyer. So he got his JD and then he also got his doctorate in law. And then he went on, because that wasn't enough, he went on and got a CPA as well. And he's a tax specialist. So I happened to be on a call in a meeting with him, and he was talking about something I did not understand. He was talking about financial divestitures and preferred stock options and how to change corporate settings for taxes and all kinds of things that were incredibly important. But the whole time he was talking, I was internal listening. I was saying things to myself like, what is he talking about? I don't understand any of this. How does this relate to anything that I'm doing? What am I going to say? What kind of question can I ask him if I don't really understand? So the whole time he's talking, I have this dialogue in my head running about all these things that I'm worried about. Can anybody relate? Raise your hand if you've ever had that experience where someone's talking and all you're thinking about is what you're going to say next, or what you don't want to say because you don't want to ask a stupid question, or you don't want to sound like you don't know what you're doing. That's internal listening. It is a way that we listen but it is certainly not the most effective way. And especially in coaching, if you're coaching somebody and you're sitting listening to them speak, but all you're thinking about is yourself and what you're going to say next and how you're prepared to say whatever is coming next, you're missing everything that your client is saying. So internal listening is a level 1 skill. Let's move on and look at level 2. Level 2 is focused listening. Focused listening is when you are listening fully to what the other person is saying, when you're paying attention to the tone of their voice or the emotions that they're expressing, and you're keeping the focus on them. I often say turning the mirror around. So instead of holding the mirror to yourself, internal listening, you're turning the mirror and you're letting them speak and you're focusing on them. I had this happen with a client the other day when I was coaching her, and she came on the call and she said, I am so overwhelmed. I have so many decisions to make. There's so much on my plate right now. My boss has some deadlines for me that I don't think I'm going to meet. I don't feel like I've got the support I need. And I was fully focused on what she was saying. And I heard the uncertainty in her voice. I heard the overwhelm. I could hear that she was feeling depressed about it, a little frustrated with all of it. And I could respond by keeping the focus on her. I could respond by saying, it sounds like you've got a lot of pressure. There are a lot of things on your plate. And then ask some good questions. What kind of support do you think you could use? What would make the biggest difference for you? And if you notice in the dialogue, not only am I keeping the focus on her, but I'm using words like, I hear you have pressure. I hear you need help. It's not about what am I going to say? What am I doing? So focused listening is keeping the attention on your client or on the other person. It's a powerful skill. But the highest level of listening, and when you really master listening, is when you get to the global listening level, level 3. And this is where you're listening beyond words, where you're tuning into the body language, a person's energy, their emotions, everything that isn't being said. Sometimes it's facial expression or the way they're holding their body. So I got on a call the other day with one of my coaching clients, and he was sitting with his arms crossed over like this. And I said, so how are things going? And he said, everything's great. Everything's good. Yeah, everything's really good. But his body language and the crease in his eyebrow was telling me a completely different story. When you're global listening and you're really looking at the entire picture of the person in front of you, not only are you keeping the focus on them, but you're looking at what's not being said. And when you can address what's not being said, that's where the transformation happens. So if you're looking to get better as a coach, you want to work on becoming better at global listening. And so when he's sitting like this with the crease in his brow and he's telling me, shaking his head, everything's fine, I was able to say to him, I hear you saying everything's fine, but I also notice there's some tension in your body. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And all of a sudden he notices his physical presence. And he was able to bring his arms down, which started to open him up. And then he was able to start telling me a little bit more about what was really happening underneath. So the first skill that we want you to work on as a coach and that we want to give you today in this webinar is to practice your listening skills and to work toward the global listening level. And I just want to give you a moment to reflect on this for a moment, because we all, listening is a practice. It's not a perfect. We're not always able to hold the focus. We're not always at that global listening level. But think about this for a moment. When was the last time that someone really listened to you? Sometimes that's hard to think about because we don't often get an opportunity to have somebody who really listens. But if you have had that experience, what did it feel like? Put in the chat if you wouldn't mind. If you have had an experience where someone really, truly listened to everything that was being said and to everything that wasn't being said, what did that feel like for you? What was that experience like? Like a big hug. Beautiful, Tammy. Yeah, it feels like you're heard. It feels like you've been understood. It feels like somebody gets it, and it builds trust. It's therapeutic. Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. And if you had that experience and it has felt good, can you think for a moment about what that person was doing, how they were listening? Were they focused listening? Were they globally listening? What were they actually doing that made you feel hugged or like you were on the same team? I love that, Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
When you stop and reflect on it and you recognize that being heard and being understood feels so validating and feels so good to us, it makes you realize the gift that you're giving to your clients or
Mm-hmm.
to your children or to your spouse when you stop and you really listen. So I want to encourage all of us to continue practicing that skill and to get better at it. And we'll talk more about it in all different ways today, but we wanted to start off by giving you that skill, and we've got a few more to share with you. So Todd, I'm
Yeah.
going to flip it back over to you and let you
Guys,
give us some more.
was that valuable? Anyone else? Was that valuable? Oh, I'm the only one. Good, good. Because hey, maybe it's just like with your spouse. Melanie, can I be a better listener? Right? Like, can anyone else be a better listener with their spouse or their kids or their team? Like, it's just great to hear that, Kelly, because how many times have we talked about, and I have preached about body language and when you're coaching people and you're mirroring people, things that we'll get into in the life coaching, all the different ways to actually communicate positively and effectively. Kelly, thank you. That was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just want to see the show of hands. I had to take you off that so I could actually see what's going on there. So thank you for the comments coming in. So mastering those three levels of listening transforms conversations, clarity, growth, and lasting change. No doubt about that. The three levels. So my question is this: how many of you are already coaching? Wait, raise your hand so I can see. Good, 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 good. So some of you haven't raised your hands. Those of you that aren't on video, I saw you raise your hand. So don't worry, I have a secret camera. I can see where you're at, what you're eating right now. So clean it up, would you? Uh, but seriously, think about youth. You may not have a title of coach, but maybe you're already coaching, right? Maybe you are already coaching as a parent, or as someone at your office. You're already coaching. Maybe you're coaching your kids, your team, or your friends. So these are all different ways that you could be technically coaching right now on it. So think about this: your coaching ultimately becomes powerful when you have a framework. So if you are a parent or you're coaching your youth, your volunteer coach, or you're coaching high school or whatever it is, or you're a trainer or you're a life coach, you're a mindset coach, coaching period becomes more powerful when you have a framework and a framework that you can actually wrap all of your coaching around. And I want to provide that today of like, what do people come to you for help for? I know there's some people on here like you're like a magnet. When people have something going on, they go to you. Is that anyone else? Like they just go and they go to you because you're like a lighthouse. They come in and they want to just dump on you all the stuff going on, and you give them great wisdom and advice and that. Is anyone else? Good, good, good. So when you think about all of that, do you always feel like you know how to help them or not? Or are you just, as Kelly said, you're a great listener and they appreciate your active listening, the active listening that you're doing on a regular basis? So, what do people come to you for help for? And do you always feel like you know how to help them? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, probably. But what I would say is, I've got three tools, and I shared I was going to coach my tail off for you today. And these are three tools. Some of you may know them, some of you may not. Maybe you just need to get better at one or two or all three of them on that. So let me coach the simplest first. And here is one of our life coaching little reunions last year that we had. And when you think about coaching tools, number one, some of you know this because I have it right here, my God Size Dreams Planner. And in here, we've got the 10 forms of wealth. You're like, I've heard of it, but I don't do it. Then do it. Just because you've heard of it or know of it doesn't help. Smitty, I see Matthew Smith on the call. He always shares his with me. on that. Some else in the program do as well. But here's an example of it: 10 forms of wealth. There's 10 forms of wealth. Wealth not meaning money, wealth meaning harmony in all 10 areas of your life. Your inner self, your spiritual self is number one. Your physical health, your mindset, your family. I think I just saw my beautiful bride hop on here. Your professional world, your financial world, your circle of genius, your adventure, your love, your impact. So these 10 forms of wealth. Simply, one of the tools is this: every month, if you are, let's say, doing life coaching, which as a life coach and having a life coaching program, this is one of the programs that our life coaches are encouraged to use as part of their framework to help get the feedback so you can hold people necessary of what they got to do to hold their feet to the fire. So what we do is at 10 forms of wealth, and then you take each of these 10 forms. Now stick with me. If you've been through the program, you know. If you haven't, I'm giving you some good tools that you can use now, because the second one deals with your 3 and 30. Well, Todd, what's that? Guys, game changers. Stop the program right here. Listen in. Don't be multitasking. If you do a 10 forms of wealth in 3 and 30, your life will change. Period. It'll change, because the accountability from all the way from your annual roadmap strategic plan to your 90-day wonder to your 10 forms of wealth in 3 and 30 down to your weekly W lags, all of a sudden you're 3 and 30. Well, what is that? You just take those 10 forms of wealth I just gave you, and you put three goals in each of those 10 areas for the next 30 days. So if I was to hold you account for the month of October, the first month of the fourth quarter, the first month of the fourth quarter is October 1st. And I'm telling you right now, you're hearing it, the fourth quarter for each of you, we're going at it. We're going to have a strong, strong close to the fourth quarter of 2025. So we come screaming into 2026 so you can accomplish what you said you were going to accomplish. But here's an example. I'm not going to go through all 10 forms of wealth. That's later on if you ever want to get deeper. But like, here's an example of one, maybe for the next 30 days. This is September for me. So it was for quiet time first thing in the morning, and before going to bed, 10 to 20 minutes on that. No social media first hour a day, especially now. There's no way am I getting on social media the first hour of my day, and I'm going to look at all the garbage going through the feed, and it's feeding you garbage on that, versus I'm going to get my holy hour, I'm going to get my workout in, I'm going to get my quiet time in. Like, you again, these are your rules. I'm not telling, these are mine. I'm sharing mine. But in all of those 10, you do that, I hold you accountable, and then boom, next thing you know, you're off and running. So your 10 forms of wealth in 3 and 30 are two examples of the 3 that you can use to really right now. If you're doing it, great, continue. Why? It's discipline. It's discipline to do the things you're supposed to do year after year, decade after decade, that leads to all of a sudden this overnight success. Man, she's come out of nowhere. He's come out of nowhere. It's discipline on the daily. Discipline on the daily. And that's what I'm saying. When you get around a bunch of fire breathing dragons, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I got you. I got you. I see it paying off. And the third one is ERO. As a matter of fact, let's call on our resident expert, Lizzie Merritt. Lizzie, if you can unmute yourself here, talk about ERO. Lizzie heads our whole life coaching certification program up with Kelly and I. She does an amazing job. ERO. Lizzie, can you please share with our wonderful people here today what ERO is?
Absolutely. Team, hello. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here with you,
Mm,
to do a little teaching, a little, it's not exactly coaching, but just kind of showing you a little bit of some of the skills that we share in our life coaching certification. So thank you for this opportunity. So you may have seen or heard of the equation E plus R equals O in the past. If not, I'm so excited to get to tell you about it for the first time. But let's deepen it up a little bit. So E is event. Events happen in our lives, and a lot of times we have thoughts and feelings about events. But truthfully, the events that happen are can be boiled down to neutral circumstances. They are
mhm,
neutral. Now, our response to those events is absolutely influenced by our thoughts, the stories we tell ourselves about those events, and the feelings that then kind of as a waterfall effect from those thoughts and stories that we create. But when there's the event plus our chosen response, whether it's an intentional proactive response or a reactive response, determines the outcomes we get. And as a life coach, that is what we help our clients do. What is the outcome you are driving towards? And then how can we work backwards to help you respond to the events in your life in a way that moves you step by step closer to the outcomes you're looking for? So let's go through some examples. So simple example, I am a weight loss coach. The outcome that my clients want is to lose weight. So there is like all of the rainbow and ultraviolet and infrared spectrum of colors of events that can happen in a person's life. Let's just say, well, the general stressful day is the event. Now, one of my clients can choose to respond to that stressful day and tell herself a story that, oh my God, my boss is giving me more work to do. There's just no way I'm going to get it all done. And plus, I've got to pick up the kids at soccer practice, and there's no time to cook dinner. We might as well get pizza. I'm never going to lose weight. Ugh. And she gives up and she, eats whatever, numbs out. By 11 o'clock at night, she's thinking, why do I do this all the time? I'm never going to have success. She wakes up the next day, feels guilt and shame and remorse, and that cycle feeds itself. Her outcome is based on her response to the event of the day. Or if we go back to the same event, she had a stressful day. She could choose to say, wow, there's a lot on my plate today. Okay, I didn't love all of it, but what is within my control? Okay, I can't control my boss, but I can control my perspective on my workload. I can hold boundaries. I can say, this is what I am able to do. I can have a constructive conversation with my boss about, where are my priorities? If I, can't do X, do you want me to do Y first? And so forth. And I can give myself a sense of agency. And if I'm going to be running late to pick up the kids, I can call, my daughter's best friend's mom and say, hey, can you hang out for a minute and hang out with my kids until I get there? It's a little sense of control. And then maybe I haven't had dinner planned, but I know that I can swing by Panera and pick up a salad, and that at least it's, a choice rather than a reactive, what the heck kind of event.
Yep.
So that's just one example. Let me give you a real legitimate example that I coached on today. So I talked to a client who, her husband recently had a job change, and the husband used to be working from home, and now he is working outside the home. And now that means that she also works from home, but a lot of the family responsibilities are now falling on her shoulders. It's been about 3 weeks now. And she's like, feeling like he's not helping. It's not fair that he gets to leave and then I've got to do all this stuff, and maybe fine, I'll just take care of everything. And, you know, I do everything around here. And so she was feeling like it wasn't fair. And then she even said, she's like, and then somewhere in the night after he gets home, I end up snapping at him and I end up being a little bit, grumpy with him. And then he gets defensive and we end up in a huff and we go to bed kind of angry. So the event is he's now not at home as much. There are jobs to be done for the family. Her response is, I'll take care of everything. And now I feel kind of resentful about it. And when I feel resentful about it, I get kind of crabby and I snap at my husband and we end up in a disagreement. And what we coached on today is she can choose her response differently. Instead of choosing to see her event as she is the victim of the circumstances in her life, she can choose to take agency and to look at what's within her control. How can she bring the family together and say, okay, family, circumstances have changed. We all want, we're all on the same team. We all want the same things, that we're all successfully getting what we want. How can we now re-divvy up responsibilities? And
Yep.
so that can change the outcome from going to bed angry to a collaborative family environment.
Mm.
And that is just like a tip of the iceberg example of how you can examine the events happen in our lives, the thoughts and stories we tell about it influence our response, and our response and our actions influence the outcomes, which is kind of the crux of what we do in life coaching.
Guys, round of applause for Lizzie, please. Round of applause, round of applause. Very good, very good. And Lizzie, thank you. Awesome job. Lizzie always does such a great job bringing real live protocols to our programs, and just an incredible coach. So I did see, thank you very much. Lisa took a picture of that that slide. If any of you want to take a picture of slide, please take pictures of the slides, put it on your social media and tag us. Love to get this out. Your clients, your friends need to know that you've invested some time today in getting better. So good job, Lisa, on that. I saw you take a picture. So guys, feel free to do that with any of the slides for that matter. So let's keep it rolling here. We can't control every event, but we certainly can control how we respond. And Kelly and Lizzie both alluded to that because, listen, every day there are different events going on, and we can control how we respond to them as well. So great reflection there with all aspects. So I want to go into the aspect of when you think of yourself as a coach, and I share that I'd be sharing wisdom about coaching. When you think about coaching and why you coach, 4 reasons to go even deeper with your coaching. Whether you're a trainer, whether you're a massage therapist, a yoga instructor, a college instructor, a life coach, a mindset coach, whatever it may be. I want to talk specifically on life coaching today and what that is. I'm going to give you an opportunity here in a little bit. As you think about becoming a life coach, number one, why go deeper with your coaching? Number one, personal growth. We're all personal growth junkies, and we need it to keep ourselves growing. To grow and enhance your book of clients so you can coach even deeper than you are now. Additional revenue streams, whether you do it as a side hustle or a full-time gig. And we have people here on this call who have taken our Impact Life Coaching program and are now doing it close to full-time or full-time on that, and maximizing your impact as well. So it's at this time what I really want to dive into when you think about it. What happens if things stay the same? They stay the same, right? If things stay the same. So when I ask you the question, the end of 2026, what are you going to do? Where are you going to be in a year from now? What's going to happen if things stay the same? Your circle of genius, your network, won't expand if it stays the same. Your revenue is probably not going to change much unless you get struck by lightning and get lucky with something. Like, what moves, big moves, are you going to make to say, I got to make a move to actually catapult myself in whatever bucket that you desire? You can look at the 10 forms of wealth, whether it be your inner circle, your circle of influence, your career, your finances, of like what's going to happen so that I can create even more impact. But ultimately, I mean, what gets me to say, hey, I'm going to do a webinar, team, we're doing a webinar, I want to create even more impact. I don't know who on this call wants to be part of the team, but I'm going to have a call here in a moment of who wants to be on the team, who wants to actually go out there on a crusade to impact positively more people, because this world needs more positive impact, more coaches than ever before, because what I'm seeing is not enough positive light going out there. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go out there and infiltrate the universe with even more positive light, more positive spirit through our coaching that we're offering. And I'd love for that to be you, because what I'm seeing is all these people lost that are unfulfilled. They're lacking purpose. They're stuck. They're stalled. They're frustrated. They're trying to help people, but they're not fully effective. They want to give, but, well, they're just not doing the job that they want to. So you think about it. How do we get focused, clear on the purpose? I would say clarity on your purpose. Energized. Anyone looking for more energy? You want to transform more lives. You want to create more impact. You want more fulfillment. Yes. So the opportunity exists. And if you want to go help more people who are struggling in the world, and there are a lot, but you don't have the skills, experience, confidence to give them what they need, now is the time. If you train clients now to get stronger on the outside, but you can go even deeper to transform them on the inside, now's the time. If you've been feeling unfulfilled, you're looking for even deeper purpose in your own life, and I see some of you out there, you're like, I've been working in the corporate world for a long time. I got to change. I got to make a move. Now's the time. If you know you've even like, hey, how do I create even more impact? Now's the time. Maybe you've been flirting on the outside thinking, how do I get involved in one of these programs that TD is doing? I see this, I see that. If you're looking to make massive impact, now's the time. We're growing our team of life coaches. And if you want to consider possibly exploring the opportunity of, hey, can I pick up a side hustle to impact more lives? Can I pick up a full-time gig maybe? I'm sharing with you right now the Todd Erkin Impact Life Coaching Program. This is something that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that we have the opportunity now with 70 certified Impact Life coaches in 3 years. We only do one a year. Once a year I do this. That's why it's special. And now is that time. It's a transformational 6-month journey to become a world-class life coach and help you build your business and change even more lives. I'm not sure how many lives you change now, but I want to help you change even more lives. The mission behind all of this is to create max impact by equipping purpose-driven men and women to become elite level coaches in a world that right now desperately needs you. They need more hope, positivity, guidance, mentorship, wisdom, and soul. Now is that time. As a matter of fact, it all started in Whitefish, Montana. Yes, we're going there in November. I'd love for you to come. Please come, regardless of whether you want to do life coaching or not, be there in the room. But in February 2023, we just got done coaching this group, and Lizzie, Kelly, my wife Melly, and I were sitting around in a room, and we started dreaming and saying, man, people need more of this God-sized dreams program. And how do we create something that we can impact more people with this? And that was the seed. But being in the room, that was the seed of this Impact Life Coaching program. And now we're about to explode. I'm not going into all the reasons why about what we're about to do with the program, other than you're going to have a certain level of trust that where we're going with this is going to blow your mind more than you could possibly imagine. So when you look at it in 2023, the idea, September of that same year, we kicked off, right? And then we had 44 graduates in March of 24. Our second cohort last year, we started September, about a year ago right now, and we had 26 graduates that graduated this year, earlier this year. Well, now this is our third cohort, and that's you. And the opportunity for you is to step up and become an Impact Life Coach in my program, and I would love the opportunity to help you. It starts October 19th. It's about a month from now. So you got plenty of time to think about it if you want, or just take action. If you're like, you know what? I've been sitting on a couch thinking about this, being part of some program. I'm just going for the gusto because this is the creme de la creme. And this is what's in the program, so you know. And I'll give you the opportunity, if you want to hop on a call with one of us afterwards, feel free. Like, I want to make sure this is the right thing for you, because as we grow our team, I certainly want the right people on the team. Maybe there's a little trepidation. Maybe there's a little like, I'm not sure. Then get on a call, because part of that fear is overcoming the fear to say, you know what, I'm going to be a difference maker and an impact maker. The features of the program, when you look at, what's in the program, Todd, it's 3 months of an intensive curriculum. That's phase one. There's 2 phases in the program. It's an intensive curriculum that we have spent our blood and tears in, trust me on this, to create a very, very special program. Phase 2 is a 3-month residency program. Guys, this is a 6-month program. It isn't a weekend workshop, get your life coaching certification in a weekend type thing. We take this serious. I take this serious. This is not only my reputation and brand. This is something that's going to impact millions of people by the people we serve, because of what's about to happen in 2026 with who we're about to do work with. But we need life coaches to go out there and serve and get ready to serve. And we need to get more people amped up and raring to go. You're going to receive a coaching portal and playbook. You're going to get weekly live group coaching calls, private coaching community with the people in this cohort, access to coaches and experts like Kelly, like Lizzie, like Jess, like a lot of people on this call, including some of our past graduates. Opportunity to be part of my impact coaching team, because we are scaling our team right now. And when you further break it down, the first 3 months, there's 4 modules. So the first 3 months, it's very intensive. There's 4 modules. Foundation of Coaching Greatness, Understanding Human Behavior. Kelly Watson, great job in that. Program-specific training to coach impact. You better believe it. Lizzie and I go deep in that. And build your coaching brand and coaching business. This is the business aspect that I love building, of how are we going to scale it out and make sure that you get clients that you can go change lives with, regardless of whether you're a trainer, you're a professor, a teacher, a yoga instructor, whatever it is that you do, and that you can go out and change more lives. So that's the first 3 months. Then we go into the second aspect, the intensive curriculum. Guys, you're going to have a portal, and that's where all the videos and coaching tools and teaching content exists. You're going to get your coaching playbook. I'm a football fan, okay? You're going to have a playbook. You're going to have the deep, thick playbook where all of our tools, and there's dozens of tools that you'll need. Oh, but Todd, I'm a parent. I just want to be better with my kids. Good. Get in the program and be a better parent for your kids, because that's important as well. But if you want a side hustle or a full-time life coaching position, then the opportunity exists for that as well. Live group coaching every week. Every week there's a live call. And don't worry, we record them as well, and everyone gets the recording. So if you can't be on live, then you can certainly listen to the recording every week for those first 3 months. This is an example I'll just show you real quick as I'm going through this aspect here. This is kind of behind the scenes, the workbooks and exercises that we're going to practice each and every week in there. The residency phase in phase 2, this is where you actually start working with your first clients. Now we're giving you feedback on how to get comfortable and confident with those clients that you can do life coaching. It's a natural evolution, trainers, that if you've been training for 5, 10, 15 years, you've got the wisdom to take it to the next level, because fitness is nothing more than it's a Pandora's box to open up life and start to transform lives. But you need the toolbox and the framework that you can change those lives in a systematic way, where you can use any of our dozens of systems to actually change people's lives throughout our program. That's what the Impact Life Coaching Program does, including you're going to get support every step of the way. And we've got life coaches in here right now. Guys, life coaches, if you've been in the program, please put your experience, what your experience has been, whether you're in cohort 1 or 2, please put it in the chat box right now. How much does the program cost? How much does it cost? $20,000? Really? 20,000 bucks? No, not today. But Yvette Salva paid $12,000 and said that this program is worth more than that. So it's not $20,000. And my favorite number is 10,000. So it's not that number either. Nope, it's not $10,000, because I'm like, we're trying to get the best people at the best price for you possible, because we're going to scale this, because my goal, my vision is to get life coaching, the Impact Life Coaching Program, in corporate America throughout everywhere you go, not just your clients, but I've got a bigger vision that I'm not even going to impart on you today. Just trust the process of where this program is going. So I'm like, hey, is it 5,000? Guys, it is worth every bit of 5,000, let alone 10 or $20,000. And guess what? It ain't $5,000 either. My team, God, I bless you guys. Thank you very much for your support. But today, the program, well, it's typically $39.99, $4,000 for a 6-month program. It's complete. That's a great, great investment in your future to become a life coach. Go out and look at some of the other programs. They ain't 4,000 bucks. But I do want to say this. If any of you take action in the next few days, you're going to get a very special price that only you get. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Normally it's $39.99. There is an early bird special. All right, so you're on this webinar, you're listening via recording possibly. There's $34.99 early bird special, and it's going to go for the next few weeks. So if you want to, $3,500 for that. Anyone got one in for that? If you're in, just put it in there. I'm in. I want in. I want in. Put it in. Just put it in there, and you don't even have to hop on a call with Kelly or Julie if you don't want to. You can, because they're awesome, but you don't have to. I'm going to give you the opportunity to clarify anything or drop questions in right now. But for $3,500, you're getting a $20,000 program in the Impact Life Coaching. Not just myself, but you get Kelly, Lizzie, you get Jess, you get a great group of coaches and a certification. Now, let me share this. I told the team on this webinar, guys, I'm going to do something that we have never done. And you can go back and check the other 2 I did, and it's not going to happen again. Guys, in 2026 is my year, and you're going to hear some big things coming up. And if you read between the lines, there's some big things about to happen. But for just about the next 5 days, if you're on this live, or you listen in the next few days, the early bird special of $34.99, it's worth it. Get it now. But you're not going to pay that price. You're going to pay for the next 5 days, $29.99, $3,000 for a 6-month intensive program, weekly calls, all of the playbook, all of the coaching, hand-holding you're going to get. And you get it, this offer till midnight Monday, the 22nd of September. If you're listening to this after Monday, the 22nd, I love you all. I love every one of you. But the first 5 days only, it's $29.99. So get the program now for $3,000. We have never offered this program for $29.99, and I'm not about to in the future either. But I know where this program is going, and I want you as a life coach to step up and say, you know what? I've been on the sideline, TD. I'm in. So put them in and sign up or hop on with Kelly or Julie, and they'll take great care of you to dispel any questions you have, answer any question you have on that as well. So you get 5 days until Monday the 22nd. On Tuesday, bye-bye sugar pie. It's going up to $3,500. And guess what? It's worth every penny of that. So don't delay. Get it today. Oh, I forgot. Bonuses. That's right. We got bonuses. There's a live event in San Diego. It's called Graduation in 6 months. There's no additional fee for that. You get dinner at Todd's house. Oh, sorry, Melanie, you didn't know that. But yes, we're coming over. We're having a party at my house. I like parties at the house. Y'all are laughing, but truth, I love having people over here. So we'll have a dinner celebration, graduation. You get my annual strategic plan. Guys, believe it or not, that's coming out in about a month. Is that right, Kelly? About a month or two. It's coming out. So you're going to get that for free. You get my Coaching Greatness ebook, and you're going to have the opportunity. Well, you're going to get swag. Just know that. And you're also going to have the opportunity to go to the retreat in Whitefish, Montana. As long as you cover the cost of the retreat, there will be no $799 fee. It'll be greatly reduced from that, simply just to cover our expenses on that. If you don't sign up for life coaching, come to Montana anyway and hang out. It's going to be a great time. If you want to get in the program, we are having a life coaching spill out here of our previous life coaches, and anyone in this new program, cohort 3, will be meeting in Whitefish as well if you choose to do so. So those are all bonuses and then some, so to speak, on this. So I just want to add this. If any questions, drop it right now in the chat, or I'll take it here in a second. If you sign up one life coaching client, if you can't get one life coaching client, that's not good. $6,000 a year. But wait a second. The program's worth $4,000. Exactly. So if it's $3,000 that you pay in the next 5 days, well, then you 2x'd it. You're doubling your investment, but that's not good to just double. I always want to say you want to 3, 4, 10x your program. What if you sign up 5 clients? Well, then you're going to generate $30,000 in revenue for your life coaching, because we're going to tell you how to do the business, how to price the sessions, how you can package it in and create a life coaching, or what we call success coaching program. Success coaching. If you sign up 10 clients in your first year, that's $60,000. Do any of you know 5 or 10 people that can use your coaching because you structure it in a systematic fashion that's going to help you get to where you want to go? And if you sign up, not just sing, but sign up 20 clients, that's 120,000 smackarubies. 120,000 smackarubies for, well, simply your life coaching that you just invested your time and very little money in the big picture. So here's what some of the people who've graduated our program are saying, and drop in your questions right now. Matter of fact, Ernie, I know, was on the line. Ernie, if you want to say something in a moment, you can. Yvette Salva, superstar Yvette. This program is an absolute game changer. I previously enrolled in a life coaching cert that cost $12,000, and this one blew it out of the water. If you're thinking about a life coaching cert, this one is a no-brainer. You'll never go wrong with one of TD's programs. This one is supreme. Thank you, Yvette Salva, on that. Ernie, do you want to say anything? If Ernie's still on the line, Ernie was in our program.
He
Ernie
had to
still
hop off. He had a client, actually. So
There you
he
go.
hopped off.
He is busy with his life coaching and training. He's combining the two, and he's part of our program, and he does an amazing job. But what he had said is, I was a fitness trainer and coach with a full book, but I wanted to go deeper with them and wanted to create a new revenue stream. The TD Impact Life Coaching Cert came at just the right time as I was looking to make a change in my career. It's been the best thing that's happened to me in a long, long time. Thank you, Ernie. So guys, there's the QR code, right? Put your camera up if you want to, or reach out to Kelly and Julie, or Julie or Kelly if you can put something in the chat box if you want more information. There's the QR code. Now, in addition to that, your QR code is I already said that this price is gonzo. You get it for $29.99. Sorry, Julie. Julie's gonna kill me, but I was like, nope, but listen, guys, this is a very unique opportunity. It's for 5 days on September 22nd. It's gonzo at midnight. So you got from now until Monday to sign up for that. We want to work with you. And when you do so, you're going to get a heads up start here. You're going to get access to the portal immediately. You're going to get a pre-programmed workbook, free coaching greatness ebook delivered like today. If you sign up now, you're getting it today on that, and you're going to get a little surprise because I like surprises. So you get a little surprise on that. So you'll get that when you sign up for the program as well. And then the program is kicking off on October 19th. Okay, so you got about a month before it officially kicks off, but you're going to have a lot to review before then. And October 19th, this is going to allow us to work through all of Q4, all of Q1 into early Q2 of 2026. Because when I ask you that question, what do you want your 2026 to look like? I want it to be the most remarkable year of your life. And now is the time to not be thinking, well, it's too early to be thinking 2026. No, we're setting ourselves up for what will be a remarkable year. So register now. And you got the QR code there. You got all the information that you need. And if it couldn't get any better, guys, try it out. If you don't like it, just simply say, you know what? I can't do it. It's too much content, Todd. I can't take all the content in. It's too much good stuff. I need my money back. Okay, then we'll give you your money back. Because that's the only way that you'd say it ain't working for me, because you're going to see real quick how this is going to transform into the best investment of your life when you start saying, okay, I could see how a $3,000 investment makes me 3, 4, 10x, or transitions my career and energy levels so I can help more people on that. So you got the first month starting October 19th till November 19th to say it's just not working for me. Learn some good stuff and then you can get out. All right. So 2 choices: sign up or hop on a call with Kelly or Julie to talk further. And if you want to hop on a call with Kelly or Julie, all you have to do right there is the link. Kelly and Julie can put that in the chat box there, so you see that in the chat box. So you can just click on that link. There's plenty of times available. And by the way, as long as you sign up for a call before Monday the 22nd, you're going to get access to that low price, the lowest price I've ever offered. But you have to sign up for a call by then, or just sign up or book a call. The call might not be until September 27th or 8th. That's fine. As long as you book the call, you're going to be earmarked before the 22nd, and you'll have access for a $500 or $1,000 savings. That's what it comes out to. It's $1,000 off the program. I said $4,000 is very well worth the price, $39.99, $34.99, no brainer. Obviously, $29.99 is as inexpensive as we could possibly make it on that. Also, there are payment options. We have made this so simple for you to say, if you want in, we are doing everything we can to make it accessible for you to be in on that. So one payment, $29.99. You want 3 payments, it's $1,099. You want 6 payments, it's $549. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. So there you go. You got everything that you need to make a decision of, do I want to become a Todd Durkin Impact Life Coach and go out on a crusade to change more lives inside of my business? I want to create a separate standalone business where I'm going to go change lives. I'm going to hit 5, 10, 20 people a month that I'm going to be hitting and coaching on a program. And we're going to hold your hand every step of the way. You've got our entire reputation and branding with you, supporting you and raising you up as well. So that being said, take the time to register now. I'll give you that QR code one last time. Take a picture of that if you'd like to. And my friends, all I'm going to say is, if this webinar moved something inside of you, don't take a moment and let it pass. Take action. Take action today on whatever that is. Get your register done. You're like, I'm not going to think about it. I'm sick and tired of waiting. Then just take action, and you won't have to wait anymore, because you'll be in our 3rd cohort. Again, if you want to book a call with Kelly, I believe right there is the link. You can hop in with Kelly, and Kelly will pose some questions here as well. So one more thing I want to share about impact in that. You got all my information here. If you need me, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to take some Q&A in just a moment, but I want to share this. Last week, I was in prison. Again, I shared earlier, I wasn't in prison, but I was in prison serving with Bob Goff. Love Does. Amazing program. And at the very end of the program, one of the inmates who is supposed to be up for parole, most of these guys were there for life. He came up to me and said something that he had tears in his eyes. It got me teary-eyed by saying what he said. And what he heard me say just minutes before was you said, Todd, live a life worth telling, a story about what's your story. But man, my story, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to inspire people through my story. And I got so darn emotional thinking, guys, your story, what you've been through, good, bad, and different, and you do not need to go serve in prison, like have time in prison to have some crazy story. But sometimes we get caught up that our story is not special, or we don't have enough wisdom, or we don't have enough this, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough age, we don't have enough good looks, we don't have this or that. And we have all the darn excuses, this thinking of why we shouldn't do something. And this man, we're only supposed to shake hands or fist bump. And this guy gave me the biggest bro hug ever. And it was amazing because the love that he felt and the love that I felt of him being inspired that his story is going to change lives when he gets out someday. I'm like, you know what? It's no different for me. It's no different for you. Our stories matter. Our stories need to be told. So now when I'm coaching someone in the mastermind in one of our programs, or I'm certifying a life coach to go coach, your story of what you've been through, don't ever let your story hold you back of why you can't do something. That's the story of why we need to move forward to do something. 2026 is going to be our year. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be sharing in this program and beyond about what's going to happen in 2026 to help this world out that so desperately needs it right now. I share that in the webinar. All I can say is get on the wagon. The wagon's moving. The wagon's moving, and we can't offer a price any lower. So don't let price be the deterrent of like, oh, I can't do it. It's too expensive. No, it's not, because you're going to make that back real quick. Whatever that is, your story matters. You matter. I and my team want to help you help others create the impact that everyone deserves. And that's what I'm all about. And that's what we're going to be going hard into 2026 with. But it starts October 19th. Take action the next 5 days. If you're like, man, TD, this is for me. I want to do it. I don't know how it's going to get done. The big man won't let you down. You'll find a way. It just happens. So find a way. If you want in, talk to Kelly, talk to Julie, talk to myself, share this message on your social media out there and say, man, I'm ready to step up. I'm going to another level. 2026 is going to be our year. I'm taking steps today that are going to help me in the future get to where we want to go. So that being said, I want to say thank you first off for being such an awesome audience today here. But let's open up for some Q&A on anything you have on logistics, on things like you're not sure of, on how we deliver any of the programs. I'm going to turn it over to Kelly or Lizzie or Julie that can help us answer any questions that you may have.
I'm excited to see some of you have booked calls. We've got a couple people that have connected already. I'm excited about that. And Todd, your message is exactly right, that we're all here helping to make you better in the way that we have been coached to be better as well. We pass it forward as you will. And that's really what we're all about. So if this resonates on any level with you, that's what we're here for. And any questions you have about what it entails or what it will mean for you, let us know. We can answer those questions now.
Yeah, please do. Lizzie, do you have a question or a thought, Lizzie?
Yeah, sure. One of my favorite things about being a coach is I don't have to know the answers. And it is such a relief that, like, I don't have to be the smart one in the room. All I have to do is just show up in service of my client, ask questions, and know that my client has the wisdom within themselves to discover what is true for them. And it is so awesome to be able to just empower somebody to be like, oh yeah, I think I do know how I want to proceed, or what's the right answer for me, or where I want to make this decision. Because it's not up to me as the coach to tell them what to do, and that is the best news. So I that can kind of play towards imposter syndrome sometimes. Like, as a lot of our coaches are like, I don't know, what to say, or I don't know if who am I to coach this person? And that's always my favorite thing is like, who are you not to? Because all you got to do is show up and ask them questions because they know what's the best for them.
Love it. Love it, Lizzie. Let's open up for questions. Anyone? Hello, Misty. Good to see you. Misty, you got a question. Love it.
I do. Well, thank you for this. This is great.
Love it.
So how do you said in the residency, you get a client to try, and then how do you continue to get clients? So how do you starting with the first one and then continuing after that.
Great. Kelly, you want to start?
Absolutely. Great question. So what we would like you to be doing during the first 12 weeks when we're teaching is starting to think about people in your inner circle that you might be able to practice with. So your first client could be your best friend. It could be somebody that you know from the gym. Could be that woman that you told me about yesterday who sat down at your feet and asked you a lot of questions. Could be somebody you already know. So it gives you the security of knowing that there's somebody that will let you practice. So it could be that, or it could be that you really get this and you know that you've got what you need to actually have somebody start paying you. So at that 3-month mark, you could actually get a paying client. So you could have somebody at the gym who says, I need to work with you because I see what you're doing and I love what you're doing, Misty, and I want to learn how to do it. And you say, fantastic, let's start working together. In the program, we help you build out a marketing plan. We help you build out a signature program. So you actually will have everything you need to start coaching that person at that 3-month mark. And if you're ready to go, you can literally start picking up and bringing in clients right then. So we always say, start with people you know and work outward, become very confident and secure in the people that are close to you. And then it will ripple effect. Kind of goes to what you and I were talking about on our call yesterday, Missy. Stick with one person at a time, and then it keeps rippling from there. Does that help?
Yes. I had to unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I think that's a great point, Kelly. And what I'd also say is this: part of the life coaching certification program is teaching you about business, about how do you run the business. And I love this portion. We go into several modules on business building, which is how do you start? And it doesn't matter whether it's life coaching or it's getting clients. And we have the good fortune of having some smart minds in this program that everything from my marketing guy, Chase, who can help from organic to paid to how many people do you want to attract? And we reverse engineered of you say you want to work with 20 people. Okay, then let's figure out a strategy of how to work with 20 people. And that 20 people is going to start where Kelly said of let's start with your list of generating the people that you know. And then we're going to go, and how do you actually, what is the script? I'm not saying you read a script, but you understand of how do you position yourself even starting now. You start to take a picture of today's program and say, I'm so excited if you're going to join. I'm so excited that I just signed up for a life coaching program where I'm actually going to become a certified life coach in 6 months. So as of April 2026, I'm going to have the ability to help even more people. What I find is a lot of people don't have any problem taking a picture, posting it now, I'm going to be this. But then they get this fear point in April 2026. It's like, oh my God, now I got to go sell myself that I'm going to be coaching because of the fear of selling. What I'm going to teach you in the program is get over that. And it's not about selling, it's about sharing, it's about serving, and how we share and serve even more to help even more people. That's going to allow you to attract the people who you should be attracting. Because if we define that you should be working with mid-level executives making between X amount of dollars and this amount of dollars, here's the avatar. Guess what? That's where we get into a little more sophisticated of how do we go out and get those people beyond your book of people who you know. So if you know 200 people in your ecosystem, well, you say I want to build an empire. All right, well, let's go out. Then there's other ways to go out and be smart. Heck, Misty, you're going to be in Montana. You're going to be rubbing elbows with a lot of people there and other life coaches as well. How did Ernie's got 40 sessions a week. Every time I read his WLAGs every Sunday, he's 40 sessions a week in a life coaching and a training program, and he wants to get away from training and more into the life coaching aspect so he can go deeper with his people and charge a premium, because we go into the pricing model of that. I was basing those numbers are on a $500 a month program with you doing one-on-one coaching and offering some other things in there. Again, we get into that in the business creation aspect of your life coaching program. So our head trash sometimes keeps us stuck of, where we're at, of how we're going to get 20 people plus people. It starts with one becomes two becomes four becomes eight real quick. And within 6 months, that goal is to get you rocking and rolling so you can create a sustainable coaching business and change more lives. It's a good question. It's coming. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. So Good question. Who else has a question? Do we have any other questions coming in from the people who are not on camera right now? Feel free in the chat box. We'll answer. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. I know I went OT. I'd say I'm sorry for that, but I'm not sorry for that because we had a great call. I love you too. Awesome, G. That's great. Cool. Need to do some grading. Yeah, love it. We got some teachers in the house. Good. Teachers, thank you for showing up. Your kids are like probably going mayhem right now, and you're like on the webinar learning. I'm like, I love it. So cool. Julie, Kelly, Lizzie, anything else that you guys have before we bounce and say anything? Julie, good?
It's funny, actually, I'll just say real quick, because Jess Murrah, who is also went through our life coaching program, she was traveling, so she couldn't stay on the whole time, but she was actually a teacher. We're just talking about teaching and getting on calls. She used to get when she had her break at school, she would get on and do the meetings, and she made it work, and she ended up retiring from teaching and going full-time in life coaching. So she's a great example of somebody who came out of the teaching field and made a career in life coaching as a result.
Yeah. And she is doing great things and helping to captain and spearhead some of our efforts coming up for the 2026 calendar year. Because if any of you know me well, we like to kind of groom from within and grow. So our life coaches are already taking steps up in cohorts number 1 and 2. And I know with this third cohort, all the wrinkles are ironed out. We're ready to rock and roll, and we got some big things coming up in 26 that is perfect timing. So I want to encourage you to sign up. You've got the QR code. You've got all of our information. If you want to dive in, let us know how we could help you. Again, you got 5 days if you want the early bird. Otherwise, that's cool. There's an early bird special that's going to last till early October, I believe it is. I'm not even sure the date on the second one. And then it'll be $39.99 is our normal regular price. So any questions, reach out. Guys, thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Love you guys. God bless y'all. Thank you. Good to see everybody. Bye, everyone.
Good to see everyone. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.